Okay. Good morning and welcome back. I'm in quite a rush today. It's already close to a couple minutes before 5:30 and sunrise is at 6 and I'm going to a place that's about a half hour away, so I'm trying to get there just before the sunrise, so I gotta go. We're just doing still photography today. I had an idea that I will talk about more later, with something that I thought of years ago and I planned for it and never actually put into practice. So we're going to see how that works out today. I know that's disappointing to hear without doing that, but it'll probably just cut to me at the end of the day after this anyway. Maybe some footage of what I see when I'm out there. We're going to the reservoir. Haven't been there in a while. Just a quick thing here. I'm done at the reservoir. I want to try one more spot before going, so it's a little bit earlier. It's just been about 2 hours. There is not. This is just on the phone and no mic or anything here because I forgot to charge the wireless mic system. Now the best part about that is that at least the last purchase that I made was one of these. I got a gift card from work and I went, what will help me the most? Let's see if we can, come on there. There's all my stuff charging in a little carrying case. It's a battery backup, supposed to be able to charge them something like 7 times before it runs out. I don't know about that. There's a lot of claims that are always made that can't be backed up, but at the very least, I can put those in there. I'm gonna drive for 20-30 minutes, maybe not that long, to another place that I've been to before, that I will hopefully, we're gonna see what we can see there, but maybe the Horned Lark. Saw that one the other week and I want to try to get better photos of it, so that's why I wanted to try to do that today. I'm cold and I will do this with proper mics and everything in a bit. Driving along dirt road very slowly and looking to see what I can see on the side of the road. I've already seen plenty of meadowlarks, and then before I left the reservoir as I was driving out of there, I saw a horned lark, so I don't know if the photos came out of that one. I'm hoping so, but it's a bit tough to shoot through. What are you? Through the windows, through the glass. I've rolled the windows down now, but out the windshield, everything. Anyway, I'm gonna do this for a while, just kind of drive up and down this road for an hour or two, and then hopefully the batteries will be charged enough and I'll be able to do the whole talking bit. I don't have the camera mounted on its usual suction cup mount to go onto the windows because I rolled the windows down so I could shoot out both sides of the car. And that worked out pretty well. I saw a fair amount of good birds. I think I got some decent photos of the western meadowlark, which is one that's native to here, the state bird for Wyoming. I've seen a few times, I've gotten on video, but I think I got some good photos there as well. And then the horned lark, I definitely was kind of hesitant. I don't think the ones from when I was leaving the reservoir came out because I was shooting through the glass, and that just messes it up. So there's I'm not sure if it's necessarily a reflection, there's distortion to it because you're going through another piece of glass that is not made with camera optics in mind. But anyway, I did find some. I drove all the way down a few miles, just creeping along, looking at every tree and along the fencing, everything like that I could see. I saw a few birds there, took some pictures of those, but then as I came back, all the way back to the starting point, I went a little bit further on, and this is a place I've been before hoping to see the horned lark that I have seen because of the eBird app, where someone else has been out here and seen it. And again, they were not too long ago. I think it's the same person. It's just, what is that noise? It's not a bird. It's something mechanical, maybe like a fan going around that's making a noise. Anyway, the point is, I went along a little bit and I saw a place where I could pull over, and they have a sign that says no hunting, but it is a public trust land. So I think technically I could go onto it, but I'm not going to. It's kind of muddy right where I'm at. I'm just kind of pulled off the road facing into it, but the big crop field, big crops. Nothing right now. I assume they're preparing to plant again. Corn, maybe? I don't know. I just see the remnants of yellow stalks all over the ground. And then the watering. I still don't know what that's called, but the one with all the different sections and the wheels, and it just goes around in a circle. Anyway, point being, can I get some light here? Thank you. I know I'm faced into the sun, but this is where I wound up. Point being, I pulled up and I saw some birds, and I stopped and I kind of, instead of shooting through the windshield, opened the door just a little bit and leaned out and got some photos, and those of the horned lark for sure. So hopefully that comes out. That's a lot closer than the other ones, and I've got the extender. So even though I saw it a few weeks ago, technically that was enough for me to go, goal done. I wanted better photos of it. So I'm glad to do that. And then at the reservoir, I saw a lot of familiar faces. Plenty of the American coot and the western, I don't remember how to pronounce it. I had to look it up for the video. Grebe? I think it's just grebe. I don't think you pronounce the last E. Anyway, I saw those. I'm pretty sure I saw something new. I'm pretty sure it depends on if it was that or if it was just the coloring for a different season. But this is around the same time. This is around the same time that it was last year. I came out and I saw the American avocet do their little mating wiggle. That's a video. Anyway, and so I saw another one that's similar to that, with that kind of build, that kind of frame and the long beak, and they're just constantly looking around and moving their head, but they were out on the water. They weren't walking on the shore, and they had different coloring. So I don't think, because the avocet had kind of an orangish red on the head, and these did not have that, and they had like a black head with white maybe. It's now been a few hours and my memory's starting to kind of mush all the different birds that I saw together. that's why I take pictures, and why I will be able to identify when I get home. So that will be what I do when I get my editing done. I will hopefully identify something new. That would be great. We'll see. So my thought process that I did not get into this morning, because I didn't really have time. Those are bird noises. Anyway. Oh, the wind is blowing. Why don't I have the windows up? Silly. Not sure why I didn't think about that. The point was, this morning, what I thought of, I want to go out. I want to go see something. I hopefully see some birds. I don't want to go too hard, because I guess lazy, or just more of convenience. I don't know. I didn't really think of the why. I didn't want to try to dig out everything. I was just interested, I guess. I thought of it until I did it. Point is, I got the still photography camera, and I thought, well, I want to go out and see something. Where could I go? And I thought of the reservoir. I haven't been back to the reservoir. I technically came here not just a few months ago, but it was all frozen over. But I definitely wanted to make it back to the reservoir before we move, because it's just, where else do I get to see shorebirds without having to go to the shore? I really have only done bird watching in 2 states. 3, I guess, technically. I did some in Florida, but mostly Georgia, which is not that far from a coast, so all the shorebirds would probably be there. And then Florida is obviously... Hello, what are you? Hold on. There's something moving. Oh, it's a porcupine? Shoot, why did I roll down the window? Yes, I know. It's big and white and... Stop it. Shh. White and black, it's either a badger or a porcupine. I can't see. Come on. Not through the... No. Hold that thought. Sorry, I saw something, and I had to see what it was. And then my mouth just started spouting things off because I wasn't sure what it was. It was on the ground. Creature. Skunk. I've not seen a skunk before that was alive. Yeah, just a cute little... big. I don't know how big skunks usually get, but that thing seems pretty big. It's bigger than my cat and some of the dogs that we've owned. Well, not most of the dogs we've owned are bigger, but anyway. Yeah. Black and white, striped. Just sniffing all over the ground, looking around, I guess, looking for whatever skunks eat. Cute. Anyway, point was, I decided to go out. I wanted to do still photography, and I thought about going to the reservoir, because I hadn't been back in a bit. And I never went to the reservoir with the still photography camera. I only went with video stuff. The 2 or 3 times that I've been. Besides, again, the one time that I went and it was all frozen over and the only bird I saw was an eagle, which was the other month. So I decided to do that, and I thought about, well, it's a big open place. I don't want to have to take the tent and break that out and get the whole thing. I was like, but I could try. It leaves me a bit more mobile. I could try being low to the ground. And I remembered, and this really cemented as to the idea of why I wanted to do it. Back when I was in Georgia a few years ago, and I was getting into photography and starting to experience it and learn what I could do, I would find myself on the ground, laying, to try to take pictures at bird's eye level for the ones that were on the ground, and holding it for a while, holding the camera, the lens, and everything gets tired. And I thought, I was like, well, I could just get a little tripod, and then I bought a little tripod 2 years ago, I think. I looked it up last night because I couldn't remember if I bought 1 or 2. I wanted to buy 2, and I never actually had the money to do so because they aren't cheap. But yeah, I just bought a little a little tripod. This has more on it and you can't really see because of the lighting. So anyway, I think I got a little, I'll put more in if I need to. I put a little tripod and then I put the gimbal mount on top, the photography one, so that I could do that. And then I realized that I could do that, and then I'm low to the ground, and it keeps the camera maybe 6-8 inches off the ground, maybe a little bit more. Not quite a foot, but that's enough for me to be laying and taking photos with something like that without having to constantly be picking it up. I can just leave it and kind of pivot and rotate, which was great. And so that really, I was like, I've always wanted to try this. This was the purpose that I bought this tripod for, and I just never did it. For whatever reason, I wound up using that tripod for other things. I remember for a time I was using it on top of my desk to use as a webcam with one of my cameras for meetings and things like that since I work remote. And then I stopped doing that, and I spent the money on getting some camera mounts that are rods that attach to the desk. But anyway, and now I use the tripod for the last year or so has been for audio. That's what I set up. I use that little bitty, little tripod. I put that on the ground with the 2 microphones when I use that for audio recording. But I'm not doing audio recording today. I'm doing still photography. So I decided to put the camera on that, and it worked out great. I was able to get fairly close to the water. To the edge before it became sand. I was there amongst the sage and bushes and what am I trying to say? The just nature landscape of it. I just laid on the ground for a few hours and took photos of the birds at the reservoir. And I think it was pretty good. What was that? Anyway, I'm going to go home. I think that is all I have to record today. Skunk, pretty cool. Horned lark, good stuff. Hopefully a new one from the reservoir. Good.